We are live and in action. Let me action. Let me share this to my story and then we can start.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, hater art. I don't know how to pronounce that if I'm pronouncing that the right way. So hi everybody. All 1,673 of you. We have a very short episode today. Well, it's not that short. It's actually like, I don't think it'll be that short, but we have a really good episode for you guys today. We're gonna just be talking some shit and laughing like we always do and just living the life. The life. So I think we'll just get started. Let's go and dive right in. By the way, this is episode 3. We've been doing this for 3 weeks and it's super fun. Anyway, first slide. Boom. Oh. It didn't work. It didn't work. You're right. So Hater Art said, you're right, it's an Arabic name. Very cool. Here for it. So okay, so the first thing we're gonna talk about is Anthony Booger, who had some words to say about his ex Ella. And the reason why we added this is because, well, I feel like it's just the situation. Like, I know you guys are aware that, like, 2 weeks ago, he posted something along the lines of, like, I set you free or some shit like that, some corny ass shit. And he posted a new story. He said, I know I let her free and all, but if you try to holler at my BM, do not try to be my friend. Simple. Which is like, you don't own her. Anyway. And then he said, and I don't say let her free to be funny or disrespectful. I love her forever. We've been through a lot. Stop trying to gas shit. I'm a real human being just like you. So just think about it or go through it and understand. But I just feel like that is mad disrespectful. Like, she's not a wild cat or something. I don't know. To let her free.
Or like he doesn't own her. To like even give permission to be like, oh, now you can have her, or now you're free from me. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, and I honestly, for me, I feel like when he first put up the go be free or whatever, people were like pointing out that it was disrespectful, and they were like, what, like, I don't know, they were just saying certain things, and I don't, like, not that you have to change because people like have a problem with what you're saying, but like, if it is disrespectful, and if the majority of people are saying that it's disrespectful, why continue to say that? Like, right. I know I let her free.
Like, if you didn't mean it that way and that's all people are getting from it, then maybe you should change the way you're saying it.
Exactly.
Because it's giving off that vibe, you know?
Exactly. It's like, oh, I'm not saying be free to be funny or disrespectful, but it is disrespectful and you are low-key trying to be funny. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just super corny. And honestly, I hope that one of his close friends get to her.
They try to get...
That's my hope right now. Because you're being mad corny.
You're being mad toxic, Sam.
I'm being toxic. He's being toxic. Like, oh,
but has this ever happened to you where, like, your ex breaks up with you or whatever, and like, your friends try to holler? Yeah.
All the time. No, I'm that out all the time.
I'm that out all the time.
But it happened to me, like, way more than I thought it would happen, you know? Because, like...
Right.
I don't know. It's just really, it's really weird.
And it's surprising too, like when you're with somebody and like they trust this one friend so much and like they
Mm-hmm.
tell them everything, and then that's that one friend that like once you guys break up hits you up.
Like, oh, you was always too good for him anyway, or I always
Right.
thought you were beautiful. Like, what the
Mhm.
fuck, sir? He let me free, but that doesn't mean
Stop fucking lying.
stop fucking lying. Yo, and it be the like it that as you're right. It be the like the most surprising ones. Like
Right, because
you,
I would expect it to be like
a
someone you either
distant
just
friend.
met or like
Yeah,
yeah, low key a distant friend, not your best friend that sleeps over
yeah.
all. You know, like
I'm
someone
that
that's
sleeps
mad
over
close.
all the time.
You never
Yeah,
know
no,
with these
it's
guys.
so true. You never know. But yeah, so that was just like corny ass shit. And I feel like it's not the end of this. I feel like he's gonna continue to say some corny shit. I feel like when she really does move on, and like no matter like what it is, who it is, he's gonna continue to post like corny ass shit because obviously he fucked up.
Yeah.
And
Do you think they'll get back together?
I think they will get back. Honestly, I think they will get back together, but not for good. Like just like here and there. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, what happened? You're lying. Alright, so yeah, you're like frozen. So what we're gonna do here is we're having some technical difficulties on the stream. So I guess I'm just gonna continue, Angelica. If you want, I can put you on speaker. I think that's like the best thing we can do right now. Okay? I'm gonna put you on speaker. I'm gonna put you on speaker so you can continue like being a part of it until you fix your camera. Okay, so what should I do? I hope it fixes on its own. But yeah, so I feel like I do feel like they are gonna get back together. But not okay, you're good, you're back. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I see you. You're moving and everything. You're mad close to the camera. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're fine.
Oh.
Okay, but yeah, I feel like like when you're like with somebody for a long time and you guys break up, but like there's always like little times where you like try to go back or like still talking. I feel like they're gonna do that for a while, but eventually like
she'll move on.
She will move on, not him.
Right, I feel like she's gonna be the one to move on. Like it's always like that. Even if he does have like little toys on the side or someone that he like shows off for a little bit, she's gonna be the one to like officially move on, and he's gonna still be talking about her or like trying to like subs or whatever. You know what it is?
Yeah, because that's how corny ass guys are.
Yeah.
They will like sub you forever.
They do have kids.
Yeah, they have 2 kids.
Yeah, so no matter what, they're going to be in each other's lives.
Exactly, that's a good point.
But I still feel like, but then again, they have young kids at that. So usually, from what I see, kids, people like tend to like try more for the kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, Natalie said they have kids, so they're always gonna have to see each other. Oh, is that what you were reading?
Right. No, I didn't see the second one. All I saw is that they have.
But
kids.
yeah, it's true. They're always gonna have to see each other, and I feel like that's gonna play into the role of like not being able to move on, or they like I feel like
is it gonna be harder or like longer for them to like move past this?
I agree with that. So let's move on. Oh my god, the next slide. I'm so excited for this, bro, because this is like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So, I don't know if you guys saw this video, but I'm gonna just play it because I'm so excited. This is like, so basically this Amazon worker is scared of dogs, I guess, and she made a delivery, and there was like a big husky, and she was like petrified, and it's just so
Oh, baby.
So we're gonna play the vid. It's that at that moment she saw the dog, you can just tell.
Right.
And she was like, nah, I can't go this way.
It's oh my.
Yo, this is sick.
Oh my god.
And she was on the phone, like, Natalie is dying. She's like, that video was so funny. Bro, I was weak. And the version that I saw on Twitter.
No, come up.
Like,
Josiah, come help me. Oh my god, I'm gonna jump off these people balcony. Come help me. Oh my god, these people got a husky. Come help me.
I feel like
No.
I think I'm watching it a little ahead of you, but like, okay, she dropped the phone.
Oh, I'm not.
Also, she reads.
The dog is trying to play with her, like.
Right. And she's mad scared. She's screaming for her life, Sam. Like literally hanging on a leg.
You know what it is for me? It's the 2 feet in the bottom.
Help!
Nah.
Nah.
It can get your mama.
Can you get your mama?
This
It's
is
a dog
so
right
funny
here.
to me.
Can you get
Imagine
your mama?
like
Daddy,
the
please?
shock that the boy must have had opening his door and seeing that. Like,
Hanging on. Nah.
and then
But where's the package?
You gotta have my number?
I want to know where's the package.
Yo, I'm dead. She's like straight up having a panic attack though. Like this is like honestly, if you think about it, this is very scary.
Right.
But it's like I feel like if I were to be in this situation in the moment, I'd be scared. It was not funny at all. But to rewatch it, I would be like weak.
Right.
Nah. So yeah, she lived to deliver another day.
We can deliver another day.
But like, bro, it's just so freaking funny to me. But you know what? People really do be having like serious. Natalie said, to be honest, I would have gave her a few dollars. Like a tip or like,
Right.
what is it, like a courtesy, a courtesy fee. Because what? I'm fucking dead.
No, but sometimes I hear a lot of stories where dogs really attack. So this is like a real fear that people have.
Yeah, and if you don't know what she's been through in her life, like maybe she was attacked.
And you don't know what that dog has, to be honest.
I mean, it's
So,
a
like,
baby.
I mean, rabies are a thing. They look like they
No,
live in the woods.
I know. You should, right, they're like living in the freaking.
Right.
I see a pickup truck. You don't even know what they got going on here. But like, what would you do in this situation? Like, if you were.
To be honest, I mean, I love dogs. I love all animals.
But if it was
Love
a lion,
dogs.
like if they had like a lion. As
Okay,
as
first
a
of all,
pet.
Sam, you
I'm
see
just
how
saying,
like you
you watched
dragged
Tiger
it?
King.
No, you
We
dragged
know
it.
what
And
happened.
I just noticed that we both are matching with gray.
First of all, this is blue.
Oh, why does it look like gray?
Nah, it's like a minty color.
Okay,
But yeah, we'll go with gray.
What? No, but honestly, if it was okay, first of all, you dragged it saying the lion.
No, I'm trying to put it into perspective.
I never
You're not afraid of
chose.
dogs, so you can't understand.
No, but
you
if
would be afraid of a lion.
if it was a pit bull, I would have been probably a little scared.
I'm not
like,
a pit bull.
no, I would be a little scared if it was a pit bull, only because, like, I don't believe like they're more violent or anything, but like just to have that picture in my mind already, like I would be a little hesitant. But if it was a husky, like I love huskies, they're so cute. I don't think I would have been scared. I like want to pet one so bad, so I don't think I would have been scared. Now, if it was a lion, Sam, of course, I'm quitting my job right there. Like I'm not doing it.
Okay, well, Natalie said my shirt looks gray, so I guess you win this battle, Angelica. But in real life, it's like a minty. It's a minty
real life?
green. It's giving off mint. But but yeah, so I would quit too if just listen. I agree. Like I'm not scared of dogs either, but to put myself in her shoes, I would have to think of an animal that would make me get that type of reaction to like
Right.
literally almost like break a leg or something. So if it
Right.
were to be like a bear or a lion or something that could kill me, that I knew could kill me, I
The
would
dogs
honestly.
can kill. There are stories, Sam, that dogs.
I know that dogs can
Literally
kill,
attack.
but like I know how to like
Yeah, I
tame
don't
them. I'm a
feel
dog
threatened.
whisperer.
Okay.
So in that
Here she goes.
situation, there would.
Here she goes.
So we have to like, if you're gonna put yourself in the position, you have to like put yourself to where you would be afraid of the animal in question. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't know that I would jump over the ledge, the banister or whatever. You guys look. Natalie said we look like dog people. I actually have 4 cats,
And I grew up with cats my whole life.
but I love
And I want
dogs
one.
too. Like
I love them both,
For me, it's
but I
animals.
think I lean more to cats. Before, like younger me would have said dogs, but like I've been around cats my whole life,
yeah.
so it's just like, you know.
Well,
I love
I
cats, though.
actually grew up with dogs. I had like 2 pit bulls
Really?
growing up. And I always wanted a cat, and so obviously when I like moved out on my own, I got myself a cat, and then I got.
She has
3.
4 babies,
They're just babies, but like.
and one of them have to be mine. I want Patty.
Wait, what did I can't read this one.
Which one?
There's a comment, but it's not. It's coming up on the stream, but it's not coming up on the chat, and so it looks a little blurry.
I think. Oh!
It went away,
Hold on.
right?
I'm one of those people. Pit bulls scare the shit out of me, but sometimes, especially when they hyper. What?
Oh, like maybe like when they're hyper and they like jump on you, but they're trying to be like
okay, like when
friendly,
they're super
but, like,
energetic and you don't know the dogs, like you can get. Yeah, that's me. When I go to somebody's house, if they have a really big dog that's just like all over the place, because you know dogs get excited when people come in the house,
Yeah.
I get a little nervous because I don't want to get bit or I don't want to get attacked, because I do know like dogs are really friendly, but they're very protective too. So like they don't know if you're a threat. I don't know if they think that I'm a threat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they get hyper when I come in and I don't know the dog. I do get a little nervous, especially if it's a bigger dog like a pit bull. So I understand that comment.
So well, hold on. Natalie said, in all honesty, though, cats are way more mean than dogs. Okay, I personally.
Wow, I
feel
disagree.
Like, I feel like the reason why I'm gonna advocate for cats right now. I feel like the reason why cats are perceived to be mean is because they are not as quick to be friendly as dogs are. Like you have to
Right, I feel
earn
like
the
cats
cat's
are
trust.
way more independent, and you
Mhm.
have to earn their trust. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like their meanness sometimes is them being playful. It could just be me like forcing them to play with me.
To play, yeah.
No, but the thing is, my cats would like viciously attack
Nah,
when
but
I grew up.
how about
but,
you
like,
talk about
I would
what
be
you
like,
did to
oh.
the cats though? Don't make it seem
Okay,
like they just came
I
to
will.
you
No,
and
I will.
attacked
So when
you.
I was younger, I had a cat named Ario, and he was black and white. Obviously, he's mad fluffy, super cute. But we, what is it called? Declawed him, like when they don't
Oh yeah,
have
they
nails
took
anymore.
his claws off.
That's illegal now, but like when he did it, it wasn't. Anyway, so I was young, maybe 5, 6, because you can't really like come at me. But I used to like grab his tail, swing him against the wall. Like I used to abuse this cat, but out of love, Sam. Like
It's out of
you know,
love.
okay. So anybody knows me. Anything cute gets me angry, and it makes no sense. But like, if I see something really cute, I just don't know how to act, and I just get super aggressive,
She
and I
gets
get upset, and I want to hit something. Like I don't know what it is,
No.
but I do. Like I just want to hit something. But anyways, I used to do like that to my cat. But then one night he came into my room while I was sleeping and he bit me under my neck. And my dad says he can see a scar. I think he's lying, but
Yo.
he bit me on my neck. But the thing is, like growing up with cats, like they have their moods, you know. Like you think they're like all calm and stuff, and you go to pet them and they'll attack you. So I guess people don't like to be attacked by cats, but I think it's so cute.
Yeah, and I feel like because it takes a cat longer to trust you and to be friendly with you, to me personally, it like means a little more when a cat like comes to
Right.
you, lays on your
I
lap,
agree.
or rubs its face on you, because it means that
I
like,
feel more
they-
special
yeah, like
when
not
a
that
cat likes me.
not that a dog's love isn't special, but like a dog will
No,
literally
but-
be friendly to any, like most dogs will be friendly to like
Mhm.
anyone. Like they don't care, they're just happy to see
Like
you.
you don't need to work for it,
Right.
basically. And
Yeah.
the cat is like they'll make you work for it, and then it just feels rewarding when they like come on your lap. You know
Yeah,
what I
and
mean?
then
Like,
it's a
oh,
different
you
type
really
of
trust
bond
me.
too, I feel.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Because cats
So-
are like, I feel like animals that feel like to be left alone or like to be alone.
Yeah.
So when they like want your company, it's just like
Me?
they're just
Like,
different.
you're
You know what I
choosing me?
mean?
You
Right.
want me?
Me. Right.
Yeah, but I love both. I love dogs and cats, but I just ended up getting
Same.
4 cats, so there's that. So yeah, I think we're done with this video. Unfortunately. But I'm just weak, and I really hope that this woman is doing better. I hope that she is not scarred by this situation. None of that.
Bro, she quit her job thing.
She's done. All right, let's go.
Wait, before we move on, what do
Yeah.
you think though? Because I've seen a lot of like videos of like Amazon workers or FedEx, UPS, like all these workers that encounter dogs when they're delivering, and like they're scared or they don't want to get out or like, you know. So what do you think like people should do, or like what do you feel about the situation?
Okay, personally, I feel like if I were in this situation, as first of all, as the person who's receiving the package, if I know that I have a big dog,
Mhm.
like a big scary dog that it could look scary, if I know I'm getting a package, honestly, I would like keep them
Put them away.
away. Yes, until
Yeah.
the package was delivered.
Right.
I'm not saying that like, because this is their home, this is their property, their pets, they can do whatever they want. But if I were in that position, I would be like to avoid a situation, because honestly, people are crazy. Like, what if you're in a state where you can carry a gun and the person thinks that
Right,
the dog is going
and
to
they
attack
feel
them, and
threatened.
they like shoot them or something, you know?
Right.
So I would keep the dog away until my package was delivered, or until I know I'm not getting any visitors or whatever. As the worker though, I would freak out too if I was scared of dogs. I don't know that I would go to the
Mhm.
lengths of like jumping over the ledge, or not jumping over,
Mhm.
but you know. But maybe I would call
Yeah,
the cops. My go-to is 911, so I think that I would
Mhm.
call the cops, to be honest.
I just feel people should have a little more
Consideration.
what is this? Consideration for delivery workers
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to dogs, because again, like especially if it's a dog outside, to me, like when people have a dog outside, well, usually like in Puerto Rico and stuff, like, you know, the dogs outside, they're guard dogs for outside, or like for anybody who comes into their
Yeah.
space or whatever. So I would think of it as, okay, that's a guard dog. The dog doesn't know me. I'm carrying a package. Like, I've known so many dogs that like they're trained to like read body language, or like, you know, try to recognize people. So if I know my dog is protective of me and he's outside, I could see like why somebody else would like, I feel threatened by this dog, or like,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. So I would do the same. I would keep the dog inside and wait for my package or like whatever. But I just feel like more people should do that, because I've seen so many videos. And yeah, they're funny, but like,
They're
what
being
if the person
tormented.
didn't notice
Yeah.
and something really did happen, you know?
Yeah, it's true. Or what if they feel like they're being attacked and they attack your dog, and like,
Right, now they're in trouble because your dog, or they felt threatened by your dog. Like, to
Yeah,
keep everybody
yeah.
safe, I just feel like you should just protect your dog by keeping it inside until your package is delivered or whatever.
I agree. Totally. All right, so we're gonna move on to our next. I don't even know if this will work like this. Okay, so oh wait, sorry, this one. So Angelica, I went a little bit too ahead, but do you want to introduce this one?
Sure. Let me see. Okay, so I saw this post. It says, telling a skinny person they need to eat more is just as disrespectful as telling a big person to stop eating so much. So I just wanted to know how many of you disagree or agree, and what do you think?
Well, I agree with this. I feel like I just feel like as a whole, as a society, we need to like stop
Mhm.
commenting on people's bodies, especially
Right.
if it's like something mean. Like I was watching a TikTok the other day. Was it a TikTok? I don't know what it was, but like it was a video, I believe. And the lady was saying how like she was like a little bit bigger, like kind of like the girl on the left. Nothing wrong with that. But she was saying how she gets so many comments on like, "Oh my God, you're so confident." Like you're so confident, and they think that that's a compliment, but that's low key an insult because
Right.
what do
What
I
do you
need?
like?
What do I need to be confident about? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like saying
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you're confident despite being fat or whatever."
Right.
So
And I feel like people. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I feel like people don't notice. Like I feel like bigger people got so many like disrespectful comments that they're thinking it's a compliment or like you're helping some skinny person by saying at least you don't look like that but you should like gain meat or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I've been skinny my whole life.
Don't cry, Angelica.
No, I'm joking. I've been skinny my whole life, like literally like toothpick skinny, no curves, no nothing, like skinny. And I've had comments saying you should eat more or like you should gain weight or like whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever the case is. Or like people don't see a struggle in being skinny. Like they think, oh, you find clothes that fit you, but it's really hard to also find clothes for skinny people that fit them correctly too, because like you don't have enough meat to either fill out the clothes or like whatever. You know what I mean? So when people used to tell me that growing up, I would feel like a little bit self-conscious, like, oh, I'm too skinny now. Like I can't wear, or like I wear certain clothes, I feel like, oh, my legs look too skinny in these pants or in this dress or like whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just feel like in certain clothes, my body doesn't fill it out as much as a bigger person would, or like people with more curve or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just as disrespectful because either way, you're putting somebody else down for something they can't really control.
I agree. I feel like I said, we just need to stop commenting on people's bodies. Cause
Right.
I was one of those people like, I wasn't skinny. Like I always had like bigger like boobs and like somewhat of like a like more meat on my butt than like skinny people. And I honestly always thought that I was fat. Like even when I weighed like 120 pounds, I still like, oh,
Right.
I need to lose weight, whatever. And I would see people who were slimmer than me, and I would dead ass tell them, "You're so skinny. I wish I looked like you." And thinking that that's a compliment only because that's what I wanted to look like. But
Right.
just because that's what I want to look like doesn't mean that I can just go and say, you know, or like if I want to be more thick and I go to a girl and I'm like, "Oh my God, you're so like." What's the word? I wouldn't say thick because nowadays like thick is more of a compliment. I'm trying to think of like a backsided compliment. But like, wow, you have a lot of like meat or something. Like I wish I looked like you. Just because I'm thinking I'm giving a compliment does not mean that she's gonna go home and feel good about herself after I say that to her.
Right.
So I think in general we just need to stop. I mean, I feel like like complimenting somebody like, wow, your body looks great, or you look really good lately, or whatever. Like those are fine. But like to be specific about their weight or like,
right.
you're so
Or
confident.
to be
like,
as like, oh, stop eating, or you should eat more. Like things like that, you should like, we should just stop saying in general. Or if you see a bigger person eating a burger and a skinny person eating a salad or something, like that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't have to be like, oh, you guys should switch foods, or you know, like you shouldn't put somebody down because at the end of the day you really don't know. Some people can't control it, it's genetic sometimes or whatever. Like it took me so long to even gain weight. Like I've been a size 0 from for like maybe 5-6 years, and I couldn't gain weight because I had a fast metabolism. And a lot of people see that as a good thing, like, oh, you can't gain weight, blah blah blah, but that doesn't mean like skinny people are healthy, because I ate just as much junk food as a bigger person. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I have a fast metabolism and stuff, but like, how healthy is that? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like just as a big person, not as a big person, but a big person trying to lose weight is just as hard as a skinny person gaining weight, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
So they're still doing the same struggle, but you know what I mean? It's just a little different. A different struggle, but it's the same.
Right. I feel like I've seen like the other side of this though, because this was a discussion on Twitter, and I saw like people saying how fat people have been like put down, I guess, for like the past couple of like decades. Like, to be a supermodel, you have to be skinny, and to be on TV, you have to be skinny, and like to be praised, you have to be skinny. And so like now that, you know, being fuller and having more of a shape is like, people are like liking that now like skinny people are feeling like they are being put down for being skinny or whatever. And so I guess their point was that like bigger people have been put down for so long, while skinny people have been put on a pedestal. But that still doesn't make it okay to tell a skinny person like, oh, you should eat more, you know? Just because like they're praised or they've been praised their whole lives or whatever. You don't know what type of battles they deal with on a daily basis, you know? So,
yeah, and to be honest, I don't even get why the standard of a supermodel is like a certain size or anything. Because to be honest, some supermodels that are super skinny, I feel look a little weird. Like, I'm so used to seeing people with meat and like with a body and not super skinny.
Mm-hmm.
And like when people like model for other clothing lines and they have like a body, I find that way more sexy than a super skinny supermodel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and even the supermodels don't have that body. They have to starve themselves.
I was just about to say,
body.
It's not a natural body, right? And then you're like making it seem like if you're not this, then you're doing something wrong or whatever, you know? And that's not true, but I don't know why like society is making it seem like you have to have one body type. And in order to have that one body type, and also it's only for women because a guy can have any body type he wants.
It's so true.
And like, but that's like a whole separate.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
just feel like
the whole thought of like, you have to be skinny to be like, Callie. Yo, she's gonna start. But yeah, like the whole idea of you being skinny to be a supermodel or be praised or whatever, honestly, that a big part of that comes from guys. We're not gonna get into that though, but like it kind of like puts us against each other, you know? Like, oh, you're lucky because you're skinny or whatever, or you're lucky because you have like hips. And like, if you think about it, I feel like it all boils down to society's standards that are honestly, I feel, in my opinion, pushed by men.
Right.
Personally.
I agree. Because you don't, I mean, there are women, I'm not going to say they're not women putting other women down for their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't see, like, you could talk about my body right now and I'll just be like, okay, I'm down about it. But let a guy say something and then a whole bunch of other guys like agree. Now I'm going to try to see, okay, what can I fix to like, you know, like I'm going to take action in doing whatever. And it's wrong, I know, but like, I guess that's just how it is sometimes. Like, a woman could say to you, oh, you look really skinny, either as a compliment or however you take it. And I'm just going to be like, okay, well, I'm really skinny. Now let multiple guys say that. I'm going to be like, okay, now I need to eat more. Now, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
But you know what? I feel like after I learned about that, like after I realized that like it's really fueled by men, honestly, like I don't really care what guys say. Like a guy could be like, yo, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, okay. But if a woman is like, you're beautiful, I'm like, oh my God. You think
that's
I'm
like the
beautiful?
biggest compliment.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And it goes the same way. Like a guy could be like, you're fat. And I'm like, okay, don't give a fuck. Like, you know nothing. You're just a man. But like, if a woman is like, you're fat, I'm like, damn, bitch. Like, for real? Like, am I really?
So I'm fat.
Could I be?
You're fat.
Yeah. But yeah.
Right. But I also feel like going back to what you said earlier, I feel like, yeah, bigger people were put down for so long in the beginning of my life, or like, you know, like back then a little bit.
Yeah.
And then nowadays, since they're being like praised, like this is the new like love your body type of thing, I feel like they're low key shooting women down that are skinny or like that have a average body or whatever. And what I mean by that is I've seen so many TikTokers. There was a challenge going around saying that I love my body, I love its curves, I love its like whatever.
Yeah.
And it was meant for like bigger people to love their body, embrace their body. But like the audio is just love your body, you know? So a skinnier person did that and she got slammed because it was supposed to be a bigger person doing it. Like, I don't understand. Right, but that's, I feel like we should just stop that all, and like in general we should just all stop it, because like we're all going through struggles, and just because she has an average body or like a body that you would like want or whatever, it doesn't mean that she didn't work as hard to get there, or you know what I mean, like whatever the thing is. But like I just think skinny people still go through the same struggles as bigger people, but because it was praised for a really long time, people don't see that.
Yeah. I agree.
So yeah.
So we're gonna move on to the next slide. Okay. So we're gonna give. I'm gonna give my review, and then you give yours.
Yeah.
I'm Don't Fuck with Cats, the documentary. So if you guys haven't seen this documentary and you're planning on seeing it or whatever, then just like mute us for a little bit if you don't want us to spoil it. I watched this documentary like way after it came out. You know what it is for me, Angelica? It's the yellow vacuum in the bottom. Because you remember the yellow vacuum? It's yellow vacuum JPG. But yeah, so I feel like the whole storyline was really, really, really good. Like, I would watch it again. I would read it as a book. I would listen to it as a podcast. It was mad interesting. But what honestly pissed me off about this documentary was the redheaded lady. Like, she
redhead lady,
body moving, whatever her name was.
The main girl who's talking. Yes. Okay, why?
I don't know. She was just mad annoying to me. She swore that she was not part of the problem, but she really was. And she swore she caught the killer. Like, I know, I get it, like, whatever. If you helped or whatever. But, like,
what do you mean she swore she was not part of the problem?
Okay, at the end of the documentary, at the very, very end, like, the last 2 minutes, she's like, oh, wait, hold on. Let me scroll down, because I want to make sure that we're not... Okay. She was like, are we as society part of the problem? No, yeah. She's like, are we as society part of the problem? And then she looks at the camera. She's like, are you, who's watching this documentary about a fucking serial killer, are you part of the problem? Like, bitch, you're the one who became obsessed with this man.
Right.
You made multiple pages for him.
You dedicated your time.
You gave him a platform. And, like, you let him know that people were going to watch him kill because you became obsessed. You and your little posse. Like, what the fuck? Right. That shit, like...
And they knew he fed into attention, so are you the problem?
They gave him an outlet to drop links. Like, he was dropping the links, like, left and right into that little fan... That was dead-ass... He felt like that was his fan page.
Right.
They named it, like, Find the Guy Who Killed the Cats or whatever, but, like, to him, that was like, oh, this is for me. They want to see me, but I'm going to go put on a performance. Like, she was getting me tight throughout the documentary, but that last little snippet pissed me off, bro. Like, I'm going to watch the documentary after he's in jail. But while he's actively killing people, I'm not going to become obsessed with him and make a fucking fan page and shit. Not that she meant to do that, but, like, they really became obsessed. And he knew that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it was a good documentary. I just wish that they wouldn't have put it from her perspective. Because that, like, pissed me off.
Right. Anybody but her.
Anybody.
I personally really, really liked it. I liked it better than... What was the other documentary that we...
Cecil Hotel.
Yeah, I like this one way better.
Yeah, for sure.
That one was a good documentary, but this one, like... Like, I followed along. I was playing detective as I was watching the other one, but this one, like, literally scared me. Like, with the amount of information they give, I felt like I was a part of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And not in a good way. I mean, like, I felt like I was behind the serial killer. Like, it was really scary, like, the details and stuff. Wait, can we, like, say certain things?
Like what?
Or, like, because I want to say what really scared me, but I don't want to ruin it.
No, I mean,
But, like, we did give the disclaimer.
I did give a disclaimer, so.
Okay, so I had to rewatch it because when this first came out, I was like one of the first people to watch it. I'm like some monster. I watched it a long time ago, but since we're talking about it, I have to rewatch it. And I thought, from what I remember, it was about a guy who started killing cats and then killed a person and like chopped him up and like sent his body parts to like different places.
Wait, hold on.
That's what I thought.
Casey said you're a liar. You dead couldn't sleep. Mad scared at 5 a.m. It's you like I wasn't scared.
No, first of all, I said I was scared. I said I was really scared. So somebody's not listening.
Right, get it together.
Right. But anyways, I thought it was just that. So me rewatching it, like re-listening to I don't know why he doesn't even want to. He doesn't ruin it for him. He wants to watch it. Like, anyways, okay. So the part that really, really scared me the most, like to the point that I couldn't go to sleep, was when after he killed this guy and the police detectives like had to go over to the house to see if everything was like in check, and they smelled the chemicals, so obviously that rang an alarm, like something's off here, you know? Mm-hmm. Like the house was spotless, but they smelled chemicals. So then they needed a warrant to obviously like search the place or whatever. So they put a black light, or that special light where you can see blood, even if it's cleaned off. Okay, so what creeped me out was that they put the black light. It's the right light, right?
Yeah, it's the black light. I can't even say it now either.
They put the black light on the bed, and they obviously that's where the crime happened. There's like so much blood everywhere, like on the walls, lit up like a freaking disco ball or something. I don't know. But what scared me is that as they go along, you could see the body being dragged to the bathroom. And then, like, obviously he chopped him up. And they said that his whole, like, what is this middle part called?
Your abdomen?
Abdomen. Yeah, his whole abdomen. Like, you could see it, like, being placed on the wall and sitting there. Like, that to me is, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's not, like, creepy at all to you. Like,
yeah, like, that is really fucking creepy.
Right. So I just felt like with them saying that, they were like giving details like that, and I just felt like, okay, I'm a part of it, or like, you know, like. But again, I found this documentary to be really sad, scary, creepy, all of it, because like obviously we're cat people or like animal people. So him doing that to cats, like, you have to be really like sick to watch any living thing suffer, or you are the one to do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel so bad. And then what did he do? He like tied a cat to a broomstick or something to drown him.
That was the one that like I almost cried, bro. Like that was OD.
Bro, because you see the cat's eyes, like, so it reminds me of Patty's eyes. Like Patty's always so scared, and like her eyes are always like, what is it called? Dilated.
Yeah.
And
or is it undilated?
Like,
I don't know.
Her pupils were mad big. Like, I don't know them.
Yeah, but like the scared face.
Right, like when you see a cat's face like that, you just want to like hold them, and it's just like I don't know. So like watching these cats, just like and then another one he fed to a python.
Yes. Oh wait.
Like
one thing that I was confused about was in the python video there was another set of hands, and they never said who that was or what.
They actually did.
Who?
So when I rewatched it, another thing that got me upset was when they went to his mother's house. What's his name?
Oh my gosh, she's like delusional. What's his name?
Right, that's what got me upset.
Mika?
Oh,
is it Mika?
I don't know. Is it Mika? Anyways, the serial killer's whatever his name is. He, his mom, when the police like went over to like tell them like, where's your son, or like try to figure things out, and then she like later on found out that they're looking for him for a murder. Oh, that can't be him. Like, you know, like,
his name is Luca.
She was getting me so upset, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh.
Like, mothers that think like, oh, my kids can't do no wrong. Like, she didn't even try to think like, bro. And the thing is, she knew about the cat video. So like, why don't you think it wouldn't escalate to this point? Like, it's not like your son. You know what I mean? Like, your son is known to do things like this. So like, why? She was like, oh, is this, when the cops came, where's your son? I don't know. And then she's like, is this about the cat video? So you knew about it. You know what I mean? Like, that didn't ring anything. But anyways, she called her son. She was saying that he was scared that some guy named Manny.
Oh my
apparently
gosh,
those are Manny's hands. Yeah, apparently those are Manny's hands. I don't know why nobody looked more into it or like whatever. But
Manny was fake.
But then I'm saying that's what they said those hands were. The second pair of hands. He was saying, or she was saying, that those were Manny's hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mom got me super upset.
Came to the conclusion, and they proved that Manny was not a real person. So after they did that, why wouldn't they go back and try to figure out who these hands were? Because if they're not this main,
right? They just like left that alone after
like,
that.
Whatever. Because that person is. I honestly feel like that person helped. Like they helped.
They have to have help.
They helped him.
They were there.
Yeah, they were there. And something else that kind of made me upset was that I feel like personally they didn't like give the victim enough like time, like they didn't talk about him that much. I feel like the only reason why they talked about him was in terms of the killer, and then like I don't know, I just feel like they talked about him like this much. Like his brother came on and said like who he was and what he loved, and that was for like 5 minutes, and then they went back to like Luca and like the shit that he was doing. I know this documentary is about him, but I feel like if I were related to the killer, I mean to the victim, I would be like, damn, only 5 minutes, you know?
Right, I would want a little more like insight of like who this person was, or like give it a little bit, you know? And another thing is, I know you said you hated her. What's her name?
Body Moving. That's what she called herself. I don't know her real name.
Okay, I'm not gonna say her name.
Say Body Moving.
No. No, okay. I will give props only because, like, yeah, I feel like me and you seeing a video like that, we would have like wanted this person to like, we wouldn't want to know, we wouldn't want to catch them, you know? Mm-hmm. But they went into detail. Cigarettes. They went into looking for the vacuum. They looked to the blankets. I don't think I would have went to that extent. I think I would have looked at the video, felt hopeless, and like not know what to do after that. You know what I mean? So I give them props for
I
looking at every single thing.
I feel like this must be killing you. This must be killing you. I feel like it's good that they did that, but I feel like they went too far. And
I feel like at a certain point they should have just
just go to the cops and like continue. I would continue calling the cops, continue being on their ass and being annoying.
Right. And another thing is, when I was rewatching it, I didn't get to rewatch all of it, but the parts that I did rewatch, when the cops, they called the cops saying like, oh, I think this person might kill a person or whatever. They found his old address. They went there. He doesn't live there anymore. Then he moved to another spot in Canada. I don't remember where. But they said, like, they have all this information on this guy. They looked him up. They know his pattern. They know his writing. They know how to tell him apart from, you know what I mean? Like, they studied him so much that they have so much information. And when they try to reach out to the cops, like, hey, we have all this information, the cops are just starting from scratch, you know? They don't want no help. They don't, like, they're not, I think they did enter the group, but at a really late point. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I feel like they had so much information. And then also when the victim who got murdered, when he was found, like they found Luca's ID. Like, you know, they had his image, they had his identification, his ID, like they had stuff. Mm-hmm. And they still didn't find him, or they didn't catch him on time. And the thing is, like, if you watch a documentary, Luca is like so sure. Like he's so skinny, and this just shows you can never underestimate anybody. You
Yeah,
never
he
know
was
what
like
somebody is
super
really
tiny.
capable of. Super tiny. Like
Yeah.
I feel like if I was with him, oh maybe I could like not take him on, but like if something were to happen, I feel like I could fight him off.
You would
But
fist
watching
fight
the
Luca
documentary,
Magnotta?
no, I'm saying
Mm.
if you were in a situation where something were to happen and it
Yeah.
was that guy, I would be like, okay, I'm not that threatened by him. You know what I
He's
mean?
tiny.
But, like,
yeah.
It just goes to show you can never like think like that, really,
You know what it was for me
because
though?
anybody's capable of it. What?
It was the wig at the airport.
Yeah, I remember. It was the Mickey
Like,
Mouse shirt at the airport.
it was the
Because
Mickey
what
Mouse
are you
No, and it was like they were already looking for him at that point. And
Yeah,
my
they were, like,
mood
watching
is
the
him putting on a
camera.
janky ass wig, and he really got away with it. Like you would think that they would be like,
He was
"Sir,
going to
you
Paris,
can tell
right?
that's a wig." Yeah. Like TSA or some officer there was like, "We can tell that's a wig. You're dead ass this guy because you have his whole face." He dead ass puts
I'm
on the
gonna
wig
use
and
that
he's,
as
like,
this guy.
walking into the airport like nothing, and they're just like,
Yeah.
"Okay, go ahead." Like, bro, the wig was so, you can tell from the grainy ass surveillance footage that the wig was so bad, and he was like he was like taking it out of his face, like moving it out of his eyes.
Right.
Like it's so stiff. Like what the fuck? And it was a bob, I think.
Oh, like that crackhead that we saw in the bodega?
Who? Oh
The
yes,
blonde.
just like that crackhead, bro.
Just like
and he
that's
got away.
it, right.
Like
And that's
that's
crazy.
ridiculous. I'm
Mhm.
weak. Well, let's.
But I don't remember the end of it though. Like,
Oh my
did
god,
they catch
the
him?
end of it, like I think that's what was most scary for me, because
What? I didn't get to rewatch it.
they started showing like how his favorite movie was Dirty Dancing. It was something. Was it? I
A
don't know.
lot of his like work throughout the documentary were based on movies. So he really and his mom always said he really loved movies.
Yeah,
Or,
and
like
so
whatever, and he like followed this one character. I guess
Mhm.
was it?
Yeah,
Like
it
he
was.
followed his footsteps, or he looked up to him and like tried to copy his acts or
Mhm.
whatever.
And he
So,
like
yeah.
tried to like recreate that scene in that movie, and he did as recreated
What
it like down to a
scene?
T. So like there was the scene where the girl, the main character in the movie, she kills the guy, and then she gets interrogated. She gets arrested and then she gets interrogated or whatever. And he was trying to like recreate that scene. And so when he got arrested and he got interrogated or whatever, he asked for a sweater because he was cold or whatever. And they give him a sweater and he like puts it on the same way the lady had it on in the movie, wraps it around himself the same way she did, crossed his legs the same way she did, and they were putting it like next to each other, and he was acting exactly how she was acting in that movie. And so like that's mad, like what's the word, like mentally unstable, you
Right.
know, like the fact that like you're dead ass about to go to jail for the rest of your life and you're just trying to recreate this scene, so to the point that you're asking the police officers to get you a sweater just to help you recreate the scene. Like that is
Right.
what scared me, because like that's dead ass mad crazy. Like you're not okay
Right.
with that. Because some people
Yeah, and
can
it just
kill
shows if
and
you're
just be
trying-
regular. Not regular, but like not, you know what I mean? Like you can kill somebody, but like be
Like
good.
themselves. I don't
Yeah.
think they don't like try to like copy every single step that another serial killer would do. And it's on top of that, it's a movie. It's not even real.
Right.
Like there are copycat serial killers. I've never heard of like somebody watching a movie and like, oh, I want to recreate this scene exactly how they showed it.
Bro,
you know what I
to
mean?
the point that he actually killed somebody in order to
Right.
recreate that
And it was like,
interrogation scene.
did they kill in the movie? Was it an ice pick?
I don't know if it was an ice pick, but I think it
Because
was something
I
similar.
know. No, because I know in the documentary he spray painted it or I think it was Sharpie, silver Sharpie or
Mhm.
something. He like it was a screwdriver to make it look like an ice pick. So I don't know if he did that because in the movie it was pick or
I think
what.
that it was something like that. Like it was something similar in the movie or whatever. But that is what
Okay.
freaked me out.
I don't know. Everything like freaked me out. And the thing is, the detectives like before they watched the video of like the man getting murdered, when they found the body in the suitcase and they like were going through. Oh, and then after he killed that guy, he killed a puppy. No,
Yes, and he put the puppy in the
the black and
suitcase,
white.
didn't he?
I think he put it in a garbage bag because when the
Oh.
cops were going through all the bags, they found the poster.
puppy, right?
They found the puppy. They
Yeah.
found things that were in the room, but they didn't think it was relevant until they watched the video. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So they're just like, oh, it's a poster. That's garbage. Oh, it's a dead puppy. Blah blah blah. But then, like when you watch the video, and I think they found his legs in the trash, but he did cut off his hands and his
And he mailed it to people. He mailed the feet
Yeah.
and the arms to like different political people, which
right. Yeah.
he was literally asking to get called. He left his ID, and
Right. No, that's what I'm saying.
all
They
it
found
took
his
was
literal
a plastic
ID.
ass wig for him to flee the country. That's
Right, and
crazy.
some
to me.
cash. Right. That
Yo.
just shows that those cops are not doing their job right.
Yeah, like.
I feel.
Mm-mm. But let's go to the next item. Look at how he looks these days.
It's these days, and I feel like you're lying. I don't think that's him.
That's him. Why would I lie? What do I have to
Damn.
gain? This is dead ass him. Like, I'm so weak. Because, no, I'm telling you, Angelica, this is him. I did research.
Okay.
I did research. And I was reading that, like, first of all, he got married to another.
Oh, wait, so he's out?
No, he got married in prison. You can get married in prison these days. He got married to another prisoner. A guy.
Obviously, who else would he meet?
Me? Like, I was gonna write him a letter myself. But
Okay. So who's the prisoner? Did you have a picture of him?
no,
'Cause that would have
I
been really
couldn't
nice to
find
look
a
at.
picture. I couldn't find a picture of him. But he's in prison in Canada. He's from Canada, I believe.
Yeah.
And the prison that he's in, like, it's mad nice. He gets to go out for walks in the garden. He literally tans. You can tell that he's tan in this picture. He tans in the prison. He gets his favorite snacks. Like, his mom puts mad money on his books. He has art class. He learned instruments, languages. He's just living
So
his
he's
best life,
basically right. Okay.
which is bullshit. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
And if you look in the picture of him now in the background, you can see his art on the wall. He made all that art. I
It
should have
looks
put
like Valentine's Day.
yeah, like he's so full of love these days.
I'm gonna these days. So he's married now.
Yeah, he's married now.
What I don't get is like, I don't know. His mom really got me upset when she was just like, "That can't be him, not Luke," you know.
Yeah.
And another thing is, it took the Facebook group to find like so much time to find who he is out. But when they found him out, he had so many pictures up. He was not in hiding at all, bro.
Right,
Like
that's
at all.
what blows my mind.
And
like,
that's
he
what.
did not.
Right. I was just gonna say.
Bro, he's the
He
one
wasn't
who made the
hidden.
fake account, went into the group, and said, "Hey, I think that person is Luca Magnotta." He dead ass
Right.
screenshot
He
himself.
wanted to get caught. He wanted to get caught,
He
bro.
was trying
And that's
to make that interrogation scene way faster. Like, he wanted it, like, that was his.
done.
Yeah, but like it took mad
He wanted to
long.
reach his goal already.
Yeah, he was like, just arrest me so I can recreate that scene already. Damn, you're taking mad long.
Right. Which I don't get. Like, something had to, like, and I honestly am going to blame his mom because she knew about the cat videos. If, God forbid, my kids were to do that, that's a red flag. That is something that I'm going to take charge of. Do you need to take medication or for something? Like, what is wrong?
See someone, talk to someone.
Right. Like, something needs to happen. And instead, she was just like, oh, kids, boys will be boys, or, like,
Yeah,
whatever,
like,
you know?
What?
I think that's ridiculous.
All right, well, I think we should move on from Luca Magnotta, the married man, and let's go to the next one.
How he married before me? No,
Right, that's crazy. So,
that's ridiculous.
did you want to talk? Oh, you can't read it, right? Cause it's
No, you could, yeah.
Okay, so this is a tweet that I saw about Sky Jackson getting called out for stealing a look. Okay, so first of all, the picture on the right, on the bottom right, is Sky Jackson, and the picture on the left is some girl. She's not famous or anything. I don't know who she is, but Sky Jackson put up these pictures, and you know they were nice, whatever. And then this girl has the has the nerve,
Audacity.
the audacity to make this post and did I say, wait a motherfucking minute, little girl. I did this first. Do y'all see this shit? I'm so mad. I'm thirsty and she's 13 or something. I don't know what that means. But like, what? I'm so confused.
And then what did she say?
And then she said, girl, what? She was like, you think you own a hairstyle or something? I didn't see this before because I simply don't know you. I'm also in the pool. You aren't. So what exactly did you do first? Oh, okay. Bro, it's like they're wearing the same braids, which are like, what is it called? Like straight backs or whatever. Those are so common.
Are those cornrows? I don't fucking know.
They are, but like, that's so fucking common. Regular braids.
I've seen it so many times done before. And like, if it was like an original look, like she just started a new trend, maybe I would have gotten it.
Yeah.
But this is something that you always see, like, you know?
Yeah, and then by the pool, like, bro, how many people are, like, at this moment in time, tanning by the pool with cornrows? Like, what do you mean? Oh, I'm by the pool or whatever. Like, what the fuck? I'm so confused. So,
right.
And, like,
I don't know. I find
often,
this super corny. No, I was just going to say, I find things like this super corny. And right, they start trends on the most basic styles or the things that I've seen, like, that are so common, you know?
Yeah. Like, I would get if you, like, you made something, like, with your hands, and then somebody, like, made a knockoff version, or, you know?
Right.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, if she did something original, like, we've never seen it before.
Yeah.
And now you see somebody else doing it, I would have gotten it, maybe a little bit. But, like, I've seen this, like, a lot, many times, different hairstyles, different ethnicities, like claiming certain things, and I'm confused by it all.
I don't get it. I feel like, especially nowadays, it's so easy to go on the internet and look up anything you want, and like, let's say I go on Pinterest and I see somebody wear an outfit, and I want, like, oh, the outfit's cute, let me recreate it. But like, it's not like I stole that one person's outfit or whatever. It could be like 100 people with the same type of fit, and I'm like, that's really cute, let me put that on too. And then one girl out of the 100 is like, you copied me. But like, bro,
right?
A bunch of y'all. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
That shit is so boring. And that honestly, I feel like I mostly see that amongst women. Like,
right.
I see it with guys here and there, but like, not that much. Women are like,
I've never seen it with guys. No, but the thing is, that I don't think men care to be copied or wear the same outfits like women do. Now, I'm not saying that I am one of those women who care, but I am. You are. No, I'm saying, like, I don't care if me and Samantha go shopping or me and some other girl go shopping and we buy the same outfit. Cool. We like the same thing. Now, if we're going out and we wear the same outfit, I'm going to care a little bit about it. You know? Yeah. I know Samantha is one of those girls who don't care, that she doesn't care if someone wears the same outfit as her, but I low-key am, because I just feel like if I feel really good, I want to feel good, like, just me. I don't want to, like, not that we're in competition, but, like, other people could be like, oh, she looks better in the outfit than you.
Like,
and, like, nowadays people don't care.
And you're like, what about my skin tone? Like, it doesn't compliment mine.
Right, like, whatever the case is. Yeah. And then guys, like, when we went to Florida and we wanted to do the matching yellow.
Yeah.
And we found one with the palm trees, and all the boys were supposed to get them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, do you not, like, I told Casey, do you not want to get, like, different yellow? He didn't care to, like, match with everybody. But to me, you know me, on that trip, I was, like, a little nervous if someone was going to have the same bathing suit as me. You know what I mean? For that specific picture. But I wouldn't care to have the same things as somebody. Just, like, if we're going out and we're in the same place, I would care a little bit. So.
Yeah. But, like, honestly, I feel like there's been plenty of times where I have worn something or did something, and I honestly started seeing somebody do it, too. And I low-key know...
At me. No!
I'm saying in my life. But, like, I low-key know, like, that they got it from me. Because you know what? Like, not
Right.
to be like, oh, I'm a trendsetter. But, like, you know, like, that's not their style. And they're only wearing that because of me.
No,
I don't
but it's
care.
so funny to think that you are a trendsetter sometimes. Like, I've known times where I will go shopping and I'll see something. I'm like, oh, I've never seen anybody wear this.
Yeah.
I want to buy it. You get it. You either wear it once or you don't wear it at all, but you got it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, everybody wearing it. And you're just like, what? You know what I mean? Did I start something? Because
The
not everybody's
answer
wearing
for
it. You've
you
never
is
seen that.
no, you didn't
Okay.
start something. No, I'm just kidding.
I like to think that I did.
No, but
And
maybe,
here's why.
maybe you did. Like, you guys would not really know, you know?
No, right. But then you can also claim, like, hey, I started this when it was already a thing before.
Yeah.
Or if,
I
like,
would
many people have it. I mean,
never.
I feel like that's super corny thing.
Corny as fuck.
That, yeah, it's just annoying.
I just feel like I get inspired by when I scroll through my Instagram or my Pinterest or even TikTok. I
Right.
get inspired by stuff, and I'm sure that people will get inspired by me as well.
Or, like, like, when you're, like, just looking for an outfit or, like, you have similar clothes as somebody and you like how they piece them together and you're like,
Right.
oh, I want to recreate it. I like the outfit. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? But I don't think you should go off to be like, oh, this is my outfit. You copied my outfit. Like, blah, blah, blah. You're copying me. Like, that's so corny. I
Yeah,
feel.
that's, oh my gosh, that's so corny. Like
Maybe you
had
guys just have the
braids
same
by
style.
first. But no, you didn't.
Right. Like,
Because before you were even born, there were people by the pool with
right.
braids on.
That's what
are you
I'm
talking about?
saying. Like, it's not something that she started. But, and maybe she did this for, like, clout or something. Because
She
why
definitely
would
did.
you...
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. This is super corny thing.
Yeah, this is so corny.
But, yeah.
And like I don't know. I think we just used it as an example though that it does happen like all the time amongst girls
It does,
more.
yeah.
Like what the fuck.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I think this was super corny. But I like the way that Sky handled it.
I was going to say, I like the way that she responded to her.
Mhm. All right, let's go. Moving on. Oh, okay.
Moving on.
Moving on. I'm gonna read it, Angelica, and then you can give your opinion. So I came across this tweet, and wait, can you read it or no?
No, it's blurry.
Okay. So it says, one day we're gonna talk about women pretending to be bisexual and supporters of polygamy in order to make themselves comfortable with sharing their man because he fetishizes threesomes, even though they really loathe the thought of it. Not today, but one day we're gonna talk about that. But that day is today because we're gonna talk about that
Right.
today. Okay. What's
Okay.
your opinion?
I need jelly. I don't know. I feel like women do this a lot. I've heard of it basically my whole life. Like you hear like other okay, so like how can I put this? Okay. So I'm like making no sense because like I'm having a conversation in my head. I'm like, okay, that makes sense, and I'm like trying to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what I'm trying to bring is you could like women could be with a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And think that they want other women, right? Or like not feel as secured in your relationship as you would like to, and you're like, oh, he wants this, or some women feel like, oh, my man is gonna cheat on me, might as well have a threesome with him, so he could like do like they will rather it happen with them to feel more comfortable than it happening behind their back or like it blindsiding them or whatever. And I feel like growing up, what was put into my head, not that I agree with it, but I feel like it was put into many women's heads that you do whatever to please your man. You know what I mean? Like you have to, like if they want to do something, you have to try it. Like whatever it is, you have to do that.
Yeah.
Don't be boring, right? Like that is what is put into like women's heads at a very young age, you know? And I still feel like it's happening now. But like, you know, women are like speaking up and they're like, you know, that whole thing. So I feel like we should, I don't know, I feel like we should just like stop putting that into anybody's head. Like, if anything, why can't it just be your partner? Why does it have to be your man?
Right.
Why can't you go to little boys and be like, hey, when you have a girlfriend, you know, you have to like not do whatever she says, but like, you know, like keep her happy. Don't be boring. Like, you don't hear that as much. You usually hear to a little boy or like a boy saying, oh, well, your woman's supposed to do whatever she wants for you. And if she's not a keeper. You know, she's not wifey material or whatever the case is.
Right. And I think that we should normalize telling our kids or like even young adults that like you can set a boundary, and if your partner is overstepping that boundary, it's okay for you to A, confront them, or B, just leave. Instead of like, well, I'm uncomfortable with this, but I have to make him or her happy, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Like, that is ridiculous. And I feel like that's where a lot of this comes from. Like, if you are the type of woman who loves threesomes and you are, like, you love polygamy and all of that, the more power to you. Like, it has nothing to do with me. But I feel like a lot of the time, a lot of women, or some women, actually don't like this lifestyle of like sharing their man sexually or in a relationship, or they don't even like to be sexual with other women. But I feel like they feel like their man likes that, and so in order to keep him faithful in that sense, like he's doing it in front of me, or we're okay with it, or we do that.
Right, so it's not really considered cheating because we're doing it together. Exactly. And another thing is, I feel like it's a double standard. Not sure if this is the same thing, but I think that it is. When a man could be like, oh, I want a threesome, and the girl's like, okay, what guy? And then they'll like get upset, like, no, we have to have a girl. Why? Right. You know, you wanted a threesome. There was nothing specific along the lines. I say, let's do it with another guy, and now you're mad about it. And then on top of that, when that conversation does come up, they're like, oh, so you're looking at another man, you want another man. Right. They don't see how, in their woman's eyes, you want another woman. You know what I mean?
And that goes back to the episode 1 of The Girls when we were talking about the whole sweetie thing, the threesome, how she said that she'll pick the guy, and that they were like, well, that's a train. That's not a threesome. It's like the same thing. Like, honestly, this is what I feel like. I feel like if my man were to come to me and tell me that he wants a threesome, I would ask myself 2 questions. First question would be, fuck, I forgot the first question. No, but I would ask if I say no, is he still gonna go out and find someone else? And my first question, what was it? I just had it in my head, bro. I deadass forgot the question. But I would just want to know, like, I would just, like, oh, that's what I was going to ask. If it were flipped around, if I were to come to him and say, hey, I want a threesome with a guy, would he be okay with that? Would he be open to that as much as he's accepting? Right. And then I would ask, and if I say no to this threesome, will he still go out and do those things? And if the answer to the first question is no, and if the answer to the second question is yes, then I would ask myself, am I okay with this? If my answer to that is no as well, then I will have to set that boundary. Like, hey, I'm not cool with this. I don't want to do this. And if he oversteps that by either going out and finding another person to engage with or whatever, I have to make the decision to either leave or do it with him, you know? And I feel like that's what a lot of women are, like, faced with, the decision of either staying and either cry and stay, or engage, or just leave. And I feel like it's most of the time it's that they don't want to like lose the guy or whatever, so they're like, we share girls over here, like, I don't know, and like it's just,
but like I think that it's like that because guys think that's cool, you know, like to have multiple girls and to have girls that are okay with that. Like, guys are like, oh, that's what I want, that is cool, blah blah blah. So usually, like, if I were to be asked that question from my boyfriend or something, I would hurt. Like, what if I do say no? Are you gonna leave me to find a girl that is okay with it? You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I don't know if this is the same, but I went out last night and I had a little bit of this conversation with who I was with.
Mm-hmm.
But is it the same where, okay, so this is what they asked me. Can your boyfriend go to the strip club without you or something? And I said, no, you know? And now they said, what about with you? And I'm like, no, I'm comfortable watching my man look at other girls. You know what I mean? I don't like that, especially if they don't look like me. You know what I mean?
I don't even want a man who is comfortable being in that environment. Because if that's the type of environment
Right.
you want to be in, then I don't think that we have much in common, to be honest.
Right. And but my thing is, like, why is it okay to teach women to
I
follow
get exactly
along
what
on a
you're
man's, you know, like,
Yeah.
I didn't even say it.
No, but I know
But
where
like, why is
this
it okay? Yeah, to teach women do what your man wants, no matter what, or like
Mhm.
do the activities that they want to do. But let a girl turn around and be like, let's go to a gay club or a male strip club. It's not gonna have the same response. So you shouldn't, like, we are not going to be expecting the same response. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it's because for so long women have been conditioned to just bow down to their men in order to keep
Right.
them. But like I said, I always say this, I'm gonna say it again. Men are not the prize. Not saying that men are below women or women are above men or none of that, but men are not like, you don't have to break your back or violate yourself or your own boundaries to keep your man. That is not
Right.
a healthy relationship. That's not love, you know? Like
Mhm.
say, like I just feel like either we're both the prize or neither of us are. But I'm not gonna
Right.
be chasing you. And yes, I'm gonna make you happy. I'm gonna aspire to make you happy. I'm gonna do whatever I can within my boundaries. But the minute that you're asking me to go against what I believe in to make you happy, then I don't think this is gonna work out.
Right. And I feel like let it be the other way around. You know, like, I just want somebody to be like, hey babe, let's go to a male strip
Mhm.
club. Or let's do it with another guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think many men would suck it up and be like, okay, I want to make my woman happy, let's do it. But they would expect it from their woman. You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
And I just find that so, like,
Bro, and then when it's that way too, like if the boys are talking and they're like, "Oh, my girl lets me go to the strip club. My girl lets me flirt with other girls."
that's
They're
something
like,
cool
"Oh,
to
your
them.
girl's lit." But then if the boy is like,
Right.
"Oh, my girlfriend wants to go to a strip club. Oh, she a thought. Oh, she's loose. Or she, you know."
Right. Oh, she flirts with the waitresses or whatever.
Exactly.
Like, she flirts with other men or whatever, you know? Like,
She's
it's
for the
something
streets
to
or
look
whatever.
down on.
Like,
Right.
oh, it
But
just
it's,
makes me so
to men, it's cool. It's rewarding to them to
Yeah.
be like, oh, yeah, my girl lets me do this. My girl's okay with this. My girl does this with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's just something that I personally am not okay with.
I agree. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like if you're not okay with that, it's okay to not be okay with that.
Right.
If you're okay, like if you're genuinely okay with having threesomes with your man, then that's completely okay. But I feel like if you're going against your boundaries and what you believe in, then that's not okay, bro. Because you're gonna end up resenting him and yourself, and it's just
Right.
gonna be a bad time all around
Right.
for everybody.
I agree.
So yeah, that was like a good conversation. I really enjoyed that one. We're gonna move on over.
You're going to have to introduce this one, too.
Okay. So it's not funny, Angelica. Angelica thinks this is so funny. So,
I didn't. What?
Hazel E. It's really not funny, but like.
But who is Hazel
heard-
E?
Okay. Hazel E is like some lady. Hold on, let me put my lipstick on. She's some lady on Love and Hip Hop. But like, what was she before? What was Hazel E before this? I think that she may have been a singer or a rapper. Or maybe she was a video girl or vixen, a video vixen. I honestly don't know. But basically, she had a baby. And she went to, not like recently, maybe, like a couple months ago. And she went to Turkey to get some work done. And they like botched her surgery in Turkey. And they ended up having to remove her breast implant. And she was like on live. I don't have the video here, but you guys can like search it up. But she was on live like crying that they bought, like, she was making it seem like they ruined her body or what her life. And like, okay, maybe they did in her eyes, maybe they did ruin her body. But bro, it really turns out that they just had to take out her breast implants. And she's like sobbing on live, and like.
But do we know what she got done?
I think it was some type of mommy makeover thing. I don't know, but I think that they went to put like boob implants in, and then they had to take them out because her body rejected it. That's what I think. Because in the story that she put up, she said, "I just wanted my old body back. Fuck." What? To embrace motherhood, you have to love every new flaw that comes with it. Gut, nipples pointing to the ground, fatigue, back aches. This was the first thing I had tried to do. This is blurry, so it's not that I can't read. It's just really blurry. This was the first thing I had tried to do for something. Since before I was pregnant, I have she says she now has mom guilt, and it's ripping her heart apart. But yeah, she was just saying that she was just trying to have, like, in her eyes, a good body. And so she went to Turkey and she did this surgery, and her body rejected it. And she went on live to all her Instagram followers and was like sobbing, crying that something went wrong. I just feel like if I am Hazel E and I'm like a celebrity, I'm not going to no fucking Turkey. I'm going to find myself a good surgeon in America, or not even just America, because sometimes we be fucking up. But like, I don't know. I'm going to find myself a really good surgeon that wasn't, because apparently her friend is the one who put her on to the surgeon. Like, no offense, Angelica, but if you put me onto a surgeon, I'm not just going to take your word. Like, I want reviews. I want, like, reviews.
I want to know their work. I want to know how good they are. Yeah. I don't want to just go by one person, because, not naming names, I know somebody who wants to get their body done, right? I know it's not Samantha. Anyways. No, I know somebody who wants to get their body done, whatever. God, so they're trying to figure out, what?
No, go ahead.
So they want to figure out, like, a good place to get their body done, whatever. So their friends have gotten their body done. And their one friend, who was the most recent friend to get their body done, didn't go along with the other friends. She found her own place. And that place botched her. You know what I mean?
I see.
So, like, I would go, I want to know their reviews. I'm not going to go through a friend's word because, like...
Yeah, for sure.
You just never know. And then on top of that, you have to think about your body's different, you know? So, like, it might not take what somebody else's body takes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this one rejected her implant, you said? Or, like, that's what
her body rejected. That's what I think, yeah.
Right. But, like, you have to, like, take that in consideration. Like, your body is not the same. Your body is not going to do the same as somebody else did, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and, like, I mean, I do feel bad for her. I'm happy that, like, it wasn't anything, like, that took her life. But maybe this would be, like, a lesson for her. Like, I don't know. I just feel like going overseas to get surgery. Like, bro, that just sounds, like, sketchy. Like, I'm gonna go get surgery in another country. It's like, why can't you do it here? Like, I guess
because, like, you hear, like, so many stories, like, oh, Cuba or Colombia has really good doctors. They, like, you hear really good.
But when I hear those
things,
it's more about price. Like, it's cheap.
Price, right? Price. Maybe that's what she was going for. Even though she is known and she is a celebrity, she probably does have money.
Yeah.
Like, she probably wanted to save some, or like. Some people who get them really cheap, sometimes it comes out really good. So, like, they're like, oh, I could get it for cheap and I could look good. So, like,
value.
You know, it's like a win-win sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I feel bad for her, though, but like I said, I hope that she learned. Next, we're going to the next one.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, so we have finally reached the question of the week. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, you know what? We should have like a little sound effect every time we introduce the question of the week. So I know you guys have seen this on our stories and on Instagram. So Angelica, do you want to introduce the question?
Yeah. So the question of the week is withholding information considered lying? Why or why not? I personally think I agree. I agree that withholding information is lying because if I ask you a question and you know the answer and you're not telling me the answer directly and you're going around it low key, but you're giving me bits and pieces to make me believe like, okay, like you're giving me the information that I want, you're lying to me. Why are you withholding something if it's not something to hide or something to lie about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I agree that it is. Now, the only way I would forgive this if it's like a surprise, I'm like, oh, are you doing my birthday? No, we're just gonna go out to eat, and like you have something more behind it. Like that is the only way that I'm just like, okay, cool. Like that's not considered lying. You're surprising me with something. But like if it's something that I want to know or that I feel like I need to know, and you're like, you're not telling me everything, you're lying to me.
As the kid said, facts in all caps. No, but I agree. I feel like withholding information is considered lying only because I feel like it's sneaky. It's like if I'm asking you a question and you're giving me the right answer to that question, but there's more to the story. But just because I'm not asking the right questions, you're not going to give me the right information. It's like, oh, as a kid said hi.
Right.
He said hi, NatPat.
What does
I
that
don't
mean?
know. But
Hi guys. Hi Zacchaeus.
But yeah, so I feel like it's like, okay, if I ask you, Angelica, did you kill your cat? Right? But your cat is actually dead, but you didn't kill him. Oscar did. So I'm like, hey, did you kill your cat? And you're like, no. You're not lying to me, but you're also withholding the fact that Oscar did kill him and that he's dead. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Also, I feel like when people ask me a question, I'm going, depending on who the person is. Now, if this person is not supposed to know this information, then obviously not. Give them everything. But if it has everything to do with them and you're withholding information, then you're lying. So what I mean by that is, if you ask me something, Samantha, and I answer you, whatever I know about the situation, you are going to know. Even if it's wrong, it's the information that I got and you're asking me a question. I'm giving you what I know, and that's, I don't know, I just expect the same thing back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I consider it's lying, because if I would tell you all I know and you're not doing the same back, I feel like, one, something fishy there, and two, why didn't you tell me this in the first place? You know, like, why didn't you give me everything that I should have needed to know?
Right.
That is Natalie.
Oh, Natalie is the Natalie who was commenting on our video earlier.
No, I know that, but I don't know who Natalie is.
She's Ezekiel's friend, and she also does waxes. But yeah,
really?
I think she might still be here. But yeah, I get it. He cleared it up. But yeah, I completely agree with that. I do feel like withholding information is considered lying. It's sneaky, and it's just like, it's lying. I wouldn't trust you if you answered
right.
my
If I ask you something and then
like, there's more, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's lying. Personally, let's see what the people had to say. The people. So this was from Anonymous. They said, I personally feel like that's lying, but it depends on what the information is. If you're withholding information involving the person you're withholding from, you're definitely lying. Be honest and speak all the truth. It's the caps lock for me.
Right, they're mad about somebody or something.
If you want to,
they've been through this
all
before.
All they have to do is at the person, and then we would like, deal with it. But what can I do? I agree with. I think this is what we were saying. Like,
right.
I wouldn't say it depends. I mean, you said it depends on it, whether it's a surprise or something. But that's still lying. Like,
because I'm lying, but it's not like, oh, I can't trust you
Like
anymore. Type
right.
It's just I'm trying to surprise you. Like if you ask me, are you doing anything for my birthday? I'm like, no, we're just gonna go out to eat. Whole time you come home to like your whole family surprising you somewhere. Like that is not lying. Like you're going out against me. Like you are not on my team. That's not that type of lying. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's
and I wouldn't take it as that type. Right.
But like if I were to tell the story, I would be like, oh my God, Angelica, she lied to me about what we were doing for my birthday. So it's still a lie. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not a bad lie.
It's
it's not something that you would never trust me ever again. You know?
Yeah.
But if it's a lie like, oh, Angelica, like, did you feed my cat? And you come home to your cat's dead.
No, or you're like, I'm like, did you feed my cats? And you're like, yes, but you actually fed them 3 days ago. You're technically not lying, but you're withholding the fact that you haven't fed them in 3 days.
That your cats are starving
just
at home.
Just because I didn't ask, did you feed my cats today? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's see what the next person said. So this is Wings Wax. This is actually Natalie's wax business page. So if anybody needs a wax, go to Wings Wax on Instagram. She has all her work up there, all of that. It's really good. So she said yes, because you're looking at me in my face knowing damn well you're hiding some shit. Liar. Facts. I agree. It's like, I don't know. I know that there's like some people who are gonna be like, no, and it's gonna be guys, of course. Because they're like,
or girls, like you never know.
It's so true.
I'm dead because if my kids die, it's Angelica's fault. First of all, every time Dave leaves the fucking state, I'm the one who take care of their cats. Except the last time when I went with you guys. But I always take care of them.
That Angelica stood over our house one day, and I woke up, and Patty was outside the bathroom window.
Okay, let's
talk about the fact that she
put Patty
outside the bathroom window.
Let's talk about why their cat is so suicidal. Because why does Patty want to leave you guys? No, so this is what happened. One time, I stepped over their house, and I hear glass break from their bathroom. And I'm like, oh my God, we're getting robbed. Anyways, no, I'm kidding. No, but I go and I'm like, okay, glass broke. And I see, like, you know how cats' eyes glow?
Yeah.
So their window is open at least this much. Their cat, Patty, is super tiny. She's my favorite cat ever. Anyway, so I see the eyes glow and I look and it's the cat. And I'm like, she's outside. And, like, they live on a hill, low-key. So it's, like, a deep drop. Like, Patty is not going to be okay if she falls, you know?
Yeah.
And I saved her. They were sleeping. They didn't hear the glass. They didn't care for her. So I had to wake up. I had to clean up the mess. And I had to feed her only because she was outside like the windows. I had to lower her in. And ever since that day, me and Patty have been inseparable.
But I do want to say that ever since that day, Patty has never been the same.
Never been the same?
And I mean, the truth is the truth. So, what can I do?
Whatever.
So, that wraps up this week's episode of The Girls Room. Yay. One thing that I do want to say, because I am mad at you guys, I'm pissed the fuck off. Because nobody sent in a confession. And no one sent in...
pissed off.
And pissed off. And no one sent in, advice. Because we give good advice. Like... Can't you see?
I think we
give 10 out of 10 advice. But yeah.
And then on top of that, we give story times if we've been through it or not.
Right. Like, don't you guys want to know the tea?
The tea. So, if you guys want advice on literally anything, you could go on the Girls Room Live Instagram. The link is in the bio, and you can give it in. You could be anonymous, right?
It's always anonymous, no matter what. Unless you, like, write
always
your
anonymous.
Name. If you write your
name,
like,
unless you write your name, or you could like directly Instagram us or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you want to give a confession, that was also completely anonymous. We won't know who you are, and we will share it. So only tell us what you want the world to know.
Right, and like,
but we're not gonna tell you it's you, obviously.
Last
And
week's
don't be
confession
afraid
was,
to
like,
interact.
Crazy.
No, that was literally.
Like, I'm contemplating calling the cops.
Nah, I'm really.
No, but yeah, you guys have been really interacting with us, and we really do appreciate it.
Right. So it can literally be anything, like whatever advice, or if you guys want to see anything in our upcoming videos or streams or what is this, lives, don't be afraid to let us know what you would want to see from us or what you want us to talk about. We're welcome to everything. We welcome everything.
We welcome everything. Yeah, but I agree.
I agree. And so, just so it could be out there, I take care of her cat.
She
when she's at home. And it's all the time.
To kill one of my cats.
No, because there's this one time I almost got sat on by some, because apparently I took her parking spot, but I have to go upstairs to feed the cats. I had to go upstairs to feed their cats because they were out. Were you guys upstate or in Florida?
Upstate, yeah.
They went upstate, and I had to wash their cat, and I went from all the way from my house, went out of my way to feed their cats. No, I had no business being down there, but I went there to feed the cats, looking for parking for legit 40 minutes. I move up a little bit, find a spot, whatever. Somebody passes me, and they move up, park, double park or whatever, but they don't indicate that they're doing anything. They just stop past the spot, way past the spot. So I scoot on in because there's two. I have to have the story out there. No, because bro, the way the parking spot was, it was a spot and then there was a driveway. So it's big ass gap right there, you know? Yeah. So you don't need to reverse park. You could just slide on in. So that's exactly what I did. You didn't need to do all that. But I guess they felt the need or they didn't see the parking spot on time, whatever the case is. And I really got on to this argument with this lady who took a picture of my license plate and everything. And so I had to get out the car and take a picture of her license plate. And her husband or whoever that man that was with her was trying to calm me down, trying to calm her down. And I'm like, well, I'm already in the spot, so I don't really care. And then I went on up, fed the cat. I told the girl I was only going to be there for 5 minutes, but I took longer just because she pissed me off. And I spent quality time with the kitties. And also, can we talk about the fact that Samantha, yes, her, yes, you, she would go and tell me to take care of her cats, and I'll do it willingly, but she can't leave a snack for me at her house. She never has food for me. I always am starving, bro, always. So somebody please cash up Sam some money so she can have some food for me at home.
For Angelica snacks. So guys, be on the lookout for that. Link will be in the bio.
No, she'll be gone for days, and I will have to spend my days at her house to feed her cat. And there's no
eat the cat food.
I would have to eat the cat food. There's nowhere else to go.
Because if we're going on vacation, what do we need food for in the house? As the kid said, if you love them so much, that should be enough reason to watch them.
For what?
To watch them.
Which it is, but it's always good. First of all, can we also talk about how I never ask for money? Obviously, I don't expect it. I expect snacks. But I went on a trip with them one time. Well, twice, but this one time, they paid somebody else to watch their cats. Not saying that I'm expecting money, but I'm expecting snacks.
No, we tried to pay Angelica, and she was like, no. She wouldn't.
Because I don't want your money. I want your snacks.
As the kid said, Angie Snacks. That's going to be the name of the GoFundMe. Because it's she has not stopped talking about the snacks. Do you want a Ritz cracker to watch the cat? There's never no food here. Right.
There's never any food, bro. At all, bro. At all. And then on top of the fridge don't ever work. So when I do bring food, it's can't even save it. It's ridiculous.
That was one time where our fridge stopped.
And on top of that, her microwave don't work, so I can't even have any food there.
Microwave.
I know. I saw it. I meant to comment on that last time I was there, but I forgot.
I'm gonna say I saw it. No, honestly, the story goes, our refrigerator stopped working, so we contacted the super. He brought us a new fridge. So boom, that happened. Our microwave was working, and it is working. You and Ezekiel swear the microwave doesn't work, but it works very good.
The buttons do not
Like two
work
buttons
at
don't work,
all.
but like to
So that means it's broken. Why do I need to heat up
if
for 3
he-
minutes
if it heats
when I just
up
needed
the
one?
food, then it works. Like, who wants the buttons? Anyway, but we did get a
Who
new microwave,
wants the
and I'm
buttons?
against the new microwave because I'm not against it, but we didn't need a new microwave. But we got a new microwave, so whatever.
Why did? Oh no, you needed a new microwave, and whoever convinced you to do that, I'm glad they did.
We did not need a new microwave. Like, it was working fine, to be honest.
Fucking thing.
I like as he thinks he threw it out, but it's under the bed. Like, I saved it.
No, it's you gifting that to me.
as your home, what's it called, housewarming gift.
Right.
But yeah.
Anyways,
Well, thank
you guys for
so
watching
much.
this week's video.
Yeah.
We appreciated everybody who interacted with us, everybody who joined. This one was a little like, how do you say it?
It was long.
Sane or like, we made it long, yeah, but it was a shorter context.
Mhm.
Like, we had shorter topics, but we made it work. And again, thank you for you guys coming in. Also, again, if you guys want to be a part of this, either anonymously or not, we could always shout you out while we read out your advice or whatever you want to send in. Go follow the Girls Room Live and follow our personals above.
Right here.
Yeah. Right, so.
Yeah, and we will see you guys next Tuesday at 3 p.m.